Recording in the cloud. Okay, we're screen sharing.
Chop off the first part.
Go. All right. So here we go. All right, so here is our webinar, How to Get More Leads and Grow. 5 ways to leverage HubSpot, a CRM for fantastic lead gen for MSPs. Here's our agenda for today. We're going to tell you a little bit about Big Orange, why Emilia and I are here to share with you, and then we'll go through some basics of leads in HubSpot, and then we'll talk about the HubSpot inbound methodology, and then 5 ways to leverage HubSpot as a CRM for MSPs. So first of all, Big Orange, we are here to present today's webinar. This is our leadership team. We have 15 years of marketing experience, all of us, some of us some more. We've helped dozens of clients win millions of dollars of business. We are HubSpot partners, and we are also StoryBrand certified. Emilia?
So why should we care about digital lead generation? So we all know it's really challenging to acquire customers, and we're trying to minimize the cost of that customer acquisition. You're competing against several competitors, and a lot of them have deep pockets, so they can afford higher costs of acquisition. And we also know that the cost of outbound sales and sales processing is much higher than inbound. So in general, the process of digital lead generation is attracting visitors to your site and converting those strangers into prospects into your sales funnel. So what is a lead? We're going to talk a lot about HubSpot. So according to HubSpot, a lead is a person who has in some way, shape, or form indicated their interest in your company's product or service. Normally, this is done by the contact providing you with their information, like their name, phone number, or email, in exchange for information about your product or a piece of educational material for your industry.
So how do you get more leads? So how you get more leads is composed of 5 parts. First of all, you've got to get found for what you're selling. And that's through using the right keywords on your website and through content to keep your website looking fresh for Google. Things like using words like IT support and cybersecurity. It's important to use those words in order for you to get found. Then after you get found, it's very important to provide clear and compelling messaging and clear calls to action. Once people are there, they need to know that you are selling what they are looking for and that they want to work with you. And that comes from having really consistent, clear messaging. And then calls to action are things like request a vulnerability assessment. Third thing, now we've got these people at our website, we need to give them sales funnels or juicy downloads, we call them, that are going to convert those visitors to leads. An example of something like that would be a cybersecurity essentials checklist or cybersecurity essentials cheat sheet, something like that. Then attracting more visitors to really get more of those people to get more eyeballs and people on your site is running campaigns. And we'll talk a little bit more about that. And then once you have those leads, you got to nurture those leads into becoming prospects and then into becoming customers. You do that through lead nurturing and marketing automation. So our focus today, we're going to cover mostly the juicy downloads and how to get those people to become leads onto your website through downloading those downloads, how to attract more people with campaigns, and then how to nurture those leads and prospects through lead nurturing. So where does HubSpot come in? HubSpot is an all-in-one marketing, sales, and customer support, customer relationship management CRM system. It is a great technology stack that keeps all of your contact records in one place and provides ways that you can manage your contacts through their life cycle. You can save information on those contacts. You can work those contacts. And then once they become customers, you can continue to interact with them through the customer service parts of HubSpot as well. So it's just a great technology platform. where you want to go where the money is. So if this is the strongest platform, it's going to have the best updates and have best functionality because people are constantly, working on it and it's well maintained. So without further ado, here are 5 ways to get more leads leveraging HubSpot as your CRM. Emilia?
So that the first way is that sales funnel that we mentioned. So converting those visitors to your website into leads. And this can be a free product, service, or a piece of content that's on your website that you give out in exchange, for someone filling out a form. This can come in the form of an ebook, a guide, a discount, a webinar, signing up for a loyalty program, free templates and tools, and/or signing up for free trials. So what makes a good sales funnel? How do you know if you've got a good one? It's got to have high quality and relevant content to your target audience. It also needs to align with your business's products or services. And lastly, thinking about the buyer's journey, the sales funnel should really be targeting the right persona at the right time. And we'll talk a little bit more about the buyer's journey later on. So some examples of good sales funnels. First of all, request a UC links with iCall Suite demo, very straightforward. The second one, a cyber vulnerability assessment. Again, a very short form with a couple fields that are important, and that big request a quote button there. Lastly, a big orange example of a good sales funnel, the 18 best digital marketing ideas to drive sustainable lead gen. The second great tool within HubSpot to capture leads and grow are contacts. So anybody that interacts with your business can be saved as a contact in HubSpot and continue to nurture. So you want to start building your contact database. You can upload existing lists or new lists that you get from like events, that sort of thing. You can also embed forms onto your website that will automatically load into HubSpot. You can integrate your email and capture new contacts that way. And you can also manually enter contacts into HubSpot. We do recommend setting up a couple of rules to always be capturing lead source, lead status, life cycle stage, and setting those right away when you're entering those contacts in, so you'll be able to nurture them and segment them accordingly. Second, as far as contacts goes, creating custom contact views are a great way to see a bird's eye view of your contacts, where they are in the sales funnel. And we'll talk about the sales funnel as it relates to deals a little bit more later on, where this can be really helpful. But using those custom views, you can select to just see a subset of your contacts, the ones that are in certain stages of your sales funnel that they need to be followed up on. You can select which columns that you view. So you might want to see their phone number if you prefer to follow up with phone calls. You might want to see their last activity. Any sort of data that's within the contact record, you can pull into those custom views. And then if you name them smartly, you can pin them so that you can get to your favorite view right away. And lastly, just a good best practice is keeping your views clean. So you can have up to 50 of them, but if you're not using them, we do recommend you go in and remove them.
Okay, so nurturing. Use marketing automation to nurture leads from their awareness stage to the stage where they're going to become an opportunity. So the leads come in through your download, through your contact us form, or through your book a meeting, or maybe you're at an event and you have a sign up form. So you want to do something like that and create a lead that you can nurture. So use lead capturing forms on your landing page to collect those leads, to deliver the offer and to track them. Be sure when you're creating forms through HubSpot that you use, you go ahead and set the fields. Like if they're coming in through this download, you probably want to set their lead status to a lead, and maybe you want to set their like life cycle stage to a marketing qualified lead. So do set your fields as people come in through different forms and different downloads. You always want to alert marketing of a high, of a conversion through a SMS. You can do that, or an email, and then create a task for the sales team to follow up on that lead and either qualify them as from marketing qualified to sales qualified, meaning they have they're a company of the right size and the right industry, whatever your sales qualifications are, or unqualify them and move them into unqualified. Nurturing, this is a visual of a sales funnel, the awareness stage, where they're just aware that they have a problem, consideration stage where they're considering options to solve their problem, and then the decision stage where they're weighing between different options. So you want to tailor your workflows and actions to where they are in the buyer's journey. So if they came in on an awareness offer, like 5 questions to ask before hiring a managed service provider, that's very much an awareness stage. So then tailor your email outreach workflow to go with that. For example, then moving all the way to like the decision stage, if they're evaluating options because they're already an opportunity, be sure to tailor that messaging based on that.
The fourth way to use HubSpot to get more leads and grow is through sales sequences. So these are automated outbound sales activities. A couple of the benefits of using these is that you can create targeted, customized emails to be sent over a period of time. You want to send them consistently, but at a natural pace. You can also, within the sequence, create tasks for your team to follow up depending on the prospect's actions. So if they reply to an email, you might want to follow up with a phone call, or if they unsubscribe, you might want to follow up with some other action. You can also automatically remove contacts after they have started to engage with you, whether that's book a meeting or some other engagement. And really another big benefit is these emails are sales emails directly coming from your sales inbox. They're not marketing emails, so they kind of cut through some of that marketing clutter. So a couple of best practices that we recommend, really spend a lot of time writing those emails. So they need to be human sounding, not spammy, to really, again, set them apart from the marketing emails. You should be sharing advanced content with them that you would share normally, answering important questions, and personalizing them. Again, this is coming from your sales email, so they should be personalized as if you were writing each and every one of them. You should also monitor the performance of the emails and the design of the sequence. So if you're seeing that people are dropping off at a certain point in the sequence, or you're falling behind because all these tasks are automatically generated after a certain point, and it's not sustainable, then you might want to tweak the design. So a tip for MSPs that we've seen that is really helpful is to select an industry such as dentists, and then target them in one sequence. You can build a list, using things like Zoom info or joining an industry group, and then build out the whole sequence and all of your communications and all of your messages all around that industry. That will be much more targeted. You'll be speaking their language, and launch something that way. So here's an example of a sequence used for nurturing. This particular one has 9 different steps, and it takes 16 days to complete. So again, you could customize this to have 20 steps. It could be 5 steps, and it could take 3 days to complete, or 6 months, depending on your sales cycle and how you work your sales. The steps in there can be those automated emails that you write in advance. You can also schedule manual emails that you have to send out. You can schedule phone calls, alerts, anything like any other task that you want to put into that sales sequence. So really, once you set this up, you can manually enroll prospects and then let the sequence do the rest.
Okay, so the fifth step for getting more leads and growing is using deals in HubSpot. So deals and quotes are the money in HubSpot. They are a great way to keep all your deals organized. There is a deal dashboard where you can visually see where all your deals are and where they are in your deal stages so that you can continue to work with them. There's functionality in HubSpot that visually shows when you don't touch a contact related to a deal for over a week or so, it will change it to a different colors. And then that visually tells you I need to go work that deal. It also provides forecasting by summarizing where the deals are in the different deal stages. And then it also is a great place to nurture your deals from, which is a top priority. Visually, here's how that looks. This is the deals dashboard. This is the dashboard version. There's also a list version. This is one particular pipeline. You can have multiple pipelines if you like. The way you get to deals is you go sales and then down to deals. This is the deals stages that your pipeline goes through, and they may be custom set. I'll show you that in 1 minute. But basically, when you first come up with a prospect, maybe someone you met at an event and you've scheduled a appointment with them, that possibly is time that you should go ahead and consider creating a deal when you can roughly estimate what maybe you had a conversation with them at that show and you know that they roughly want a website or something like that. You could create that deal. Then the deal stages are qualified to buy. These are the ones that are out of the box from HubSpot, so you can use them or you can customize them to your own. Presentation scheduled, deal maker brought in, contract sent, then either closed won or closed lost. You can see down at the bottom, they are totaling up to sort of give you a forecast, if you will. How you customize your deal stages is up the upper top, you hit the gear icon. Along the left, you go to objects, then you go to deals, tab your way through till you get to pipelines, and then you can change these to say whatever you want. You can also change your likelihood of its closing at that point, which is feeding a different report. It's feeding the forecast report. Then when you're in your contact record, this is visually what a contact record looks like. Along the left are the contact fields. This is the life of your contact. The activity is recorded, every activity they take with your website, every email you send, every email they reply to. Over here on the right, you can see your deals, also the company it's associated with. So when you're working your deals, you want to keep moving them through the life cycle stages, hopefully to opportunity or unqualified, and moving them out. Or then your deal status is all about, your lead status is all about where you are in the process of getting them to a deal and closing that deal. Once they're closed, you don't have to worry about lead status anymore. On the left, to customize your fields, you click this view properties and you can choose the fields you want to see. There's tons of fields like annual company revenue, the type of software they're using, things like that. To work a contact, you can click notes and take notes. You can send an email, you can log a call, and all of that will register as activity. Oh, because going back, when you haven't touched it in a week, it displays like this. If you've just recently touched it, it displays more like this. So that's what we're talking about. Then you want to go work your deal. Then Emilia was talking about views. Visually, here's how you create a view. So like we said, we want to put on this record that their life cycle stage is an opportunity, SQL, MQL, whichever they are. And then you can filter by, I want to see records. I want to see contacts that have a life cycle stage of marketing qualified, sales qualified, or opportunities. And then you pull them together into a view, and then you're able to work that list. Another important field that Emilia mentioned was like last activity date. This shows that I touched them today. This shows that I have like a meeting scheduled coming up. So I know kind of where this is. There's the lead status and life cycle stage again. And those are the fields I chose to display. So in closing, CRMs for MSP, it may feel overwhelming. So just get started with capturing leads from your website into a CRM using forms. It's very simple. You can start with HubSpot Starter at just pretty much $100 a month. And that gets you all of the CRM forms and basic fundamentals you need to have your contacts in a nice, clean, easy to work space. Set up your contact views for the fields that you want to see. Be sure to work your contact through that lead status and life cycle stage so that your contacts that you need to work are always in front of you. And then leverage deals to really organize your work. So that's some of our tips for CRMs, for MSPs, for HubSpot. So lastly, a plug for Big Orange Marketing. If you choose to work with us, you get a team of experts, you get small firm attention, complete management. You also get to work with seasoned pros. At some firms, you get sold in by the B team, the A team, and then you get to work with only junior people, but we are all pros here with a lot of experience, and we keep our skills sharp. We're affordable with our headquarters in the Midwest. And most of all, we know there's a lot of marketing companies out there that overpromise and underdeliver. We deliver what we promise. We are honest and we know what it takes to get it done, and we get it done. Thank you.